Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Now, one of the best things about having a YouTube channel is that sometimes I get kids who send me their own videos. And I actually got inspired by a video that was sent to me from Cassidy, who has her own YouTube channel called Crazy Creative Stuff. Now, she's got another one too, but Crazy Creative Stuff is the one that she sent me this through. And what she had done was she had created a jewelry holder out of toilet paper tubes and paper towel tubes. And so I took this idea and kind of made it my own. And so now I'd like to share it with you. So to make our jewelry holders, what we're going to be using today is a toilet paper tube. I've got a paper towel tube. Going to, of course, need some scissors. Always need scissors. I've got a used CD. And I've got a milk cap top. Now, what I want is something that's going to fit into the bottom of a TP tube like this. So, you know, if you've got some other kind of lid, like an apple juice lid or something like that, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a milk jug lid, but we want something that's going to fit in the bottom of here. And then, of course, I've got my handy-dandy duct tape. Now, I am going to show you a little bit later. You don't have to use duct tape to cover this project, but because I love duct tape so much, I'm going to be using duct tape. So the first thing is you'll notice that my cap is a little too small. It's a little loose here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be adding a little bit of tape to it. Now, this is a special tape that I am absolutely in love with. It comes from my friends over at tapebrothers.com, and it's actually called Spike tape. And it's not the tape that Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer used. It's for theatrical performances and stuff like that. And they use this to mark the stage where set pieces go. So when they change scenes, they go by the different colors. Here we got pink, yellow. It also comes in orange, green, all these amazing colors. And this comes from tapebrothers.com. So now I've added a couple little layers there. I still need one or two more layers here. I'm just going to add one more just to make sure that it goes in there and stays nicely, make it easier for me to glue. Now, of course, I'm going to be using another friend of mine, the hot glue gun, which I like to use when I do my projects because it dries so quickly and makes everything nice and sturdy. Okay, now that's about right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the hot glue and put it inside the tube, not on the cap. The reason I'm going to put it on the tube and not the cap is because it's much easier to have that seep out while I'm trying to hold it. If I'm trying to hold glued edges, it's easier to get burned. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lid and I'm just going to push it in there. And I'm going to push it down until it's nice and flat there. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm giving myself a nice little surface to glue the bottom of this to my CD holder. And the reason I'm going to use my CD holder is because the CD is going to give my jewelry stand a base so that it won't fall over. Okay, so now I've got my CD and now I've got my glue that is on my cap here. Now, there is a hole here and I want to be very careful that I don't glue my fingers. So I'm going to hold on the edges here and I'm going to glue down to my CD holder right there. So do be careful that the glue doesn't drip through onto your fingers. Okay, and now there's still glue there, so I'm going to turn it upside down until that dries. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to need to add the cross piece that's going to make the T for my jewelry hold. So what I'm going to do is, this is dry now, flip this over, and I'm just going to glue these two pieces together. And to tell you the truth, actually, as I look at it now, I'm not going to glue this, I'm going to tape it. Because all I have are these little edges, and that's not really going to hold very well. So what I'm actually going to do is just put that in the center, and I'm going to use tape. So I'm going to take my piece of duct tape, I'm going to place it right over the top, just like that. Now, you'll see how it's kind of got a little extra space on each side. Well, this is easily fixed with a little snip on either side from my scissors. And then I can just fold that down there and fold that down here. Now, the next step would be to cover the entire thing with duct tape. I'm not going to take the time out to do that right now, But what I would like to do is show you how I like to strengthen this nice little gap up here, make sure that this is nice and sturdy. I like to take this thin tape and I like to wrap it around just like this and get it around that side and make like the letter X up and over. Cross your heart kind of a thing here. And then I wrap it around one more time here. And that gets it nice and solid and secure. Now, don't worry that it kind of looks messy, because now would be the point that I would cover the entire thing with duct tape. And I'll show you what I mean with some of these examples that I have over here. So this is done, isn't it? I mean, it's basically done. You can just decorate it now. Okay, so over here, you can see, I'll take some of my jewelry off here. Over here, you can see I've just covered it all with duct tape, and then I've used this fabulous spike tape from Tape Brothers, and I have decorated it with these amazing neon colors and stripes. So I think that's really fun. And then this one, instead of using duct tape, because duct tape has gotten rather expensive lately, and people have been telling me, is there anything we can use as an alternative to duct tape? Well, on this one over here, instead of duct taping, I've actually used ribbon. So let me show you. I'll go on there. This is actually ribbon. And so I used some ribbon, and all I did was I hot glued the ribbon on instead of using duct tape. Now, in this case, this is where I did use this tape underneath here to secure it just to the top part, and then I covered it with the ribbon. But you could use fabric, you could use wrapping paper, you really can use anything that you want. So you don't have to feel like you have to use duct tape. I'm going to put these over here. So I think that these would make a great present for someone. I mean, you could even make jewelry and hang it off of them and give it to them as a present. Or it makes a great jewelry stand for any bedroom. So thank you, Cassidy from Crazy Creative Stuff. And if you want to check out some more stuff at sophie-world.com, come on over. We've got lots of ideas for you.